I don't know if that made any sense. Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I'm going to talk about my reading and YouTube goals for 2022. Starting with the big goal that everyone sets, book count. This last year I did a goal of 30 books in total, and then I became obsessed with audiobooks. So I'm currently sitting at 63 books, and while it would make sense for me to set a goal of like 60-ish, I think I'm actually going to set a goal of 45 books in total, and I'm going to explain that, my logic behind that decision right now. My pages read so far this year are 13,458. Rounding up, because there's still a little bit of this year left, I'm gonna say 13,500 pages I have read this year, but my average book length has been about 350 pages. I'll talk about some of my goals, like specific book goals, later on in this video, but I'd really like to read some longer books this year, and to keep myself from getting agitated about this book count goal, I am going to estimate that my new average book length is going to be about 450 pages. Like I said, I want to read some big books this year, so I think my average is going to go way up. So if we take the 13,500 pages that I have read so far this year, divided by the 450 average page length of the books I'm expecting to read, that gives you 30 books. So I'm going to have a goal of 30 physical reads and then about 15 audiobooks. I already messed this up. I want to have a total goal of 50 books, not 45. So I want to do 30 physical reads and 20 audiobooks. That's averaging, about an audiobook every 2 weeks, which I think is pretty realistic for me. So in total, I would like to do a total of 50 books as opposed to the 30 I gave a goal for myself last year and the in total 60 that I have gotten to so far this year. But yes, my book goal is 50. I don't know if that made any sense. So jumping into kind of my more specific books goals. Every year I like to try to read at least one classic book or something that could be deemed classic literature in some sort. This year was Dune. Last year was Brave New World. 2 years ago was East of Eden. This year I would like to read some Ernest Hemingway. So I am getting married at the beginning of 2023, and we are going on our honeymoon in Sun Valley, Idaho. And Ernest Hemingway, if you don't know, spent the last part of his life in Sun Valley and actually finished up For Who the Bell Tolls. Wow, I can't even talk right now. He finished writing For Who the Bell Tolls while in Idaho. So I'd really like to try to read that book before we go on our honeymoon, just to kind of make that trip a little more immersive. So I'd like to get that book read this year, as well as maybe one of his other works, Farewell to Arms or something else. I'll kind of decide when I get there. But definitely I'd like to try to tackle For Who the Bell Tolls. For Who the Bell Tolls. Why can I not say that title? Like I said, that is one of the thicker books I will be attacking this year, as well as Cloud Cuckoo Land. This is one I've had my eye on since it came out, and just the size of it was holding me back, and then I bought it a couple months ago, and now I'm gonna dedicate some time to it next year, probably early next year, and I'm really excited about it. I really want to read it. I'm definitely going to read this next year. It's going to happen. I would also like to read the Poppy War trilogy, is my next kind of big goal. I want to knock all those out. So now for my YouTube goals. I have actually managed to, I guess with the release of this video, I will have managed to release a video every single week for this entire year. That's 52 videos that I released this year, and that is super cool. I'm really proud of myself for, managing my time into this new hobby and just getting all of these videos out mostly on time. I think I've basically almost all of them have gone out on a Monday. So I'm doing good there. So I would like to try to do that again next year, one video a week for the whole year. That's definitely going to get a little dicey towards the end of the year as I get closer to my wedding and whatnot, but I would really, really like to try to do that again. I would also like to try to be more involved in the booktube community. I kind of feel like I finally have my feet under me as far as the time management of reading and making videos and kind of how that all meshes. I'd like to, you know, add more balls to this juggling as far as actually being involved in readathons and collaborations and interacting more with some of the great people I've connected with in this community. So that is definitely another kind of more amorphous goal on my list. This next goal is a little... So basically, I don't talk about my day job much on here because it's not very exciting. But a big part of my regular day-to-day job is goal making and then helping my manufacturing plant reach those goals. So I am very particular about the way I set goals. I want them to be measurable. I mean, they call it like a SMART goal, so it's something measurable, achievable, something else, and then like a time frame. With a lot of the goals that you've already seen in this video, they have been that. They've been measurable and they've been on a specific time frame. The major thing is achievable. I am in charge of accomplishing all these goals. This next one, definitely measurable, definitely a time frame, but is a little less in my control. So I even struggle to verbalize this goal, as you probably tell from me beating around the bush so much. But I am currently at like 300 subscribers. I would really like to double my subscriber count over the next year. At the beginning of this year, I was at about 100, so I've tripled it this year. I think doubling it is probably an achievable goal, but again, it is not 100% within my realm of control. So I struggle a little bit with that as, you know, setting a goal, but I think it's definitely something that could happen, you know, if I stay consistent, if I stay making quality content, and especially I think interacting with the community can kind of help with that too. So I think it's something that I can achieve, but I'm just very nervous about making that an official goal and I guess manifesting that into the universe. It is something that I think would be really cool. I've really loved this channel as a hobby and it's something I've really enjoyed the past year, and I'm hoping I can continue to enjoy it into the next year as well. So that was just a quick video on some of the goals I'd like to hit for next year. I'll be back first week of June, or not June, first week of January with kind of my wrap up for the whole year, some of my bigger stats and everything else. I am very excited about that. I love stats. Stats Queen is coming back. But I just want to send out a big heartfelt thank you to everyone who has watched my videos this year, everyone who has subscribed. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video in the new year.